So I'm gonna have you guys sing it again. I'm gonna invite everybody this time to stand up and sing and join us so we
All
can
right.
be live and in color.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't get out of it.
I know, huh? Good morning, everybody. We are getting ready to go live as we do every Sunday. Oh, it looks like our cameras are on. We're gonna do the welcome song, and I would like invite everybody to stand up and sing if you're able, and be inviting as we invite our communities and welcome everybody to CSL Visalia. Thank you.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place you can take comfort in the knowing. Whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist, or Jew, this door is open to you. Come, let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come and love and be loved. From the bliss out to the turned out, to the pampered, to the abused, this door is open to you. Put your hands together. Come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist, or Jew, this door is open. Oh, this door is open. Oh, this door is open. This door is open. I said this door is open to you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is so good to be with you this morning, and I know that there are many other things you could be doing on a Sunday morning or whenever you hear this broadcast. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart that you decided to be with us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If this is your first time in the room, we see you, we appreciate you, we thank God that you're here with us to be in community. If this is the first time of you watching online, I hope that you feel the love and the support and the appreciation for you taking the time to be a part of CSL Visalia today. And so with that, I can't wait to hear what's going on at CSL Visalia. So it's time for our announcements.
Good morning, everybody. You can almost see my head. There I am. See our wonderful decorations. Lori keeps decorating. She's got Thankful up, and then she's got pumpkins up for fall. Yes, we're in the season, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous weather. So welcome, everybody. I don't think I see anybody new. So let's go to announcements. Okay, our next art show, our annual Friends and Members and Friends art show is coming up in November and December. So I'm hoping all of you artists, poets, ceramics, whatever you do out there. Last year, Donna Kay's picture was sold, and it was just a picture of good old Coco. So you never know. You never know. So I'm hoping that the flyers are on the back. How you enter? Everybody can enter up to 3 items, and we'll be doing it at the beginning of November for First Friday. So tell you and any of your friends who are artists, we want to have a great art show for November and December. Reverend Jack's 40th anniversary, we're going to celebrate it next Sunday. It's so exciting. If you haven't read his bio yet in the newsletter that came out a week ago, there's some copies on the back table. He's had quite an amazing career and still going strong with us. We're so happy. So next Sunday, it's potluck. We're going to have a little meeting afterwards. You can express your thoughts, and we're going to be celebrating Reverend Jack. So come on in person. I hope everybody will come in person that day. There's no board meeting this month. We're having it's sort of a town hall. We'll have discussion, but not an official board meeting. Family craft night. Lori and Gaitha are in the back working hard on the card. So we're doing craft nights the first and third Wednesday of every month, at least for the next couple months. We're getting ready for Reverend Jack's party next Sunday. We're making him a big, giant card. And we're also getting started making crafts and goodies for our holiday fair. So I hope you'll come. Bring your friends. I've got my little neighbor who loves making little things. I think I'm going to bring her. She may come with me one of these times. And we'll make goodies to sell at our fair. We had one a couple years ago. It was great fun, and so we're needing vendors. Let's go to the next slide. We need your trash to make our goodies. So Gaitha is telling us she has these wonderful little boxes that we're going to decorate with old jewelry, old feathers, lace, whatever. That's one of the things we'll be making to sell for this event. And then we need lots of toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls to make. She has these great poinsettias. I'm waiting to see what they look like. So this is what we need, this kind of thing for craft nights. And so start bringing them in. Bring them Wednesday if you're coming, and bring them next Sunday if you're coming, and we want to make some goodies. And then we also want to attract a few vendors. So people who might bring baked goodies or jewelry. A couple years ago we had jewelry and a few other things. So if you know vendors, let us know about that. So we want to bring that in. It's going to be Saturday, December 6th. And we're hoping it'll be a great fundraiser and fun for us. Gaitha has something to say. Yeah, the rolls, not the toilet paper. She needs lots of these rolls. I went through my trash, I couldn't find any. And one more thing, this is our big fundraiser for the year, our big event for the year. This year we're honoring Susan Burley, who has been for 40 years the most extraordinary music person and theater person and band person in Tulare. So I don't know if too many of you, maybe you don't know her, but she keeps Encore Theater going. And if you haven't ever been to Encore Theater in Tulare, it's a fantastic theater. They do wonderful shows. And their kids group are going to be here to perform that night, and some of their encore performers. They're surprising me. I don't know who it's going to be. So I'm hoping you'll come. There's flyers on both back tables. We need to sell some tickets, and we need desserts. So desserts, we're going to need probably about 16 is what we usually need, one for each little table. And they're just for 6 people, because there's only 6 people at these little round red tables we have. So please sign up to bring them, because that's an important part. It's a large part of the fundraising. That's where we make a lot of the money for the dessert auction. And it's lots of fun, because the table that puts in the most money in their envelope gets first choice on the desserts. So we want the desserts to be lots of fun. So I will turn it back over to Gwen.
Well, thank you, Donna. So we have a lot going on. I hope everybody's willing to participate and help us out. We have it's always so busy around here. So come out and support. Come out, have a good time with us. We're going to go now into our mission statement. Please read along with me when it appears. Here we go. The Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is the place everyone comes together, connecting in love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. And for you that don't really pay that a lot of attention, that is our purpose. That is the real reason that we are here together in community. So we do want to make that happen. If you have any needs, if you need prayer support, whatever it will make your life better, please be sure to come in and talk to us. Talk to someone here, and we can always be here to support each other. Next, we'll go into, what is next? Oh, we have our first song, well, actually our second song, which is going to be Love Train. Thank you.
Feel free to clap your hands with us. All right. People all over the world, join hands. Start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands. Start a love train, love train. The next stop we'll be making is in England. Tell all the folks in Russia, in China too. Don't you know that it's time to get on board? Keep this train, keep it riding, riding on through. Oh, people all over the world, everybody, join hands, come on, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. All of you brothers down in Africa, tell all the folks in Egypt, in Israel too. Oh, please don't miss this train at the station. 'Cause if you miss it, I feel sorry, sorry for you. Oh, people all over the world, hey, here we go. Join in, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, come on, join in, everybody, start a love train, love train. Oh, hey, people all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, everybody, join in, all over the world, start a love train, love train. Say, people all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. Hey, people all over the world, everybody, join in, start a love train, love train.
Thank you, Kevin and Hope. That was fantastic. Good way to get us going this morning. Every day filled with love. So we're going to go next into our Science of Mind, What We Believe statement. The statement for this week, let's read together. We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. Thank you. We're going to go next to our diversity quote, and that would be with Bobby this morning. Come on up, Bobby.
Thanks, Gwen. Okay, good morning. It's good to be here. So, I just wanted to make note that tomorrow, the second Monday in October, is Indigenous Peoples' Day. It honors the history, culture, and contributions of Indigenous communities. What began in 1992 in Berkeley, California, has grown into a nationwide movement with 17 states officially recognizing Indigenous Peoples' Day. So, and now for our quote, and take some inspiration from the statement that Gwen read about the unity of all life. So, this quote is from This Thing Called You by Ernest Holmes. I surrender all fear and doubt. I let go of all uncertainty. I know there is no confusion, no lack of confidence. I know that what is mine will claim me, know me, rush to me. I accept the gift of life for myself and for everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. That was lovely. So next, we're going to go right into our congregational song. So if you're able and willing, please stand, and we will have I Start My Day with Love.
I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Let's sing it. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. When I start my day with peace, I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. When I start my day with peace, I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. Love, 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 peace, 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 joy, 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 and love, 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 love. Woo! All right.
Thank you, thank you. What a beautiful song to kind of get us going today. You know, what if we each made a commitment right here, right now, to start each day with an attitude of joy and an attitude of peace? Think how transformative that would be. One of the things that I am reminded of too, and I wanted to thank Bobby for her reading today from This Thing Called You. I think that that reading today could be the perfect prayer to start each and every day of your life today because it talks about surrender. And one of the things that I was reminded of this week was the Joseph Campbell quote that I'm going to paraphrase, where it says, "We must be willing to let go of the life we planned in order to fulfill our calling for the life that we're called to live." And I think that for a time like this, having that prayer from This Thing Called You is the perfect bridge to help us to get there because we all know, we've all had enough collective life experiences to know that sometimes we have to let go of the plan. Sometimes we have to let go of how we thought it was going to be. If we fight against that, then what we take away from that is the heartache, the heartbreak, the agony, the defeat, the disappointment, and all of that. But if we surrender to it and step out in faith and say, okay, the plan is changing. God must have had a better plan for me. May it quickly show up. Show me, God, what it is. And then we can see the lesson. We can see what I'm going to call the gift of the unanswered prayer. So there's this opportunity in our life right now to be ready and to understand how life works. A big part of our teaching of this faith, this philosophy, this way of living is understanding how our life got to be the way that it is and how we get from where we are to where we want to be. It's a part of the foundation of our study. And we have a tool that is available to us if we're willing to see it. I'm going to invite you to look around the sanctuary right now. And those of you online, I want to remind you when you go to our website and you see the logo of the Science of Mind, that you have an understanding that that logo is what is known as the teaching symbol. And it's an illustration of how life got to be the way that it is. We have often heard in this teaching the prayer, be open at the top, be open at the top. And for many of us, that would be saying, okay, I'm going to be open at the top so I can receive the inspiration from God. I can receive the inspiration from the divine to guide me in my next step, to guide me what is mine to be, do, and have. And that's a good start. But if you look at that symbol, many people will look at it and see it as a V, but it's really not a V. It's really more of a funnel, more of a vessel, is what it's representing. And it is open at the top, but it's surrounded by a circle. And that circle is cut into thirds, top, middle, and bottom. And at the top is where we call it the B, what we want to put into our life, what comes into our life that will manifest at the bottom of the circle or grows in our garden. And so, one of the things that I want to remind us of is when we have an idea, once we have that idea, a feeling occurs. So, Robert Neville, who is a metaphysical theologian in our practice, says that every idea activates a feeling that manifests in a result. And I like to think of that feeling as energy. So, what do we know about energy? What do we know about the currents of energy and electricity? There's a positive and there's a negative. And so we have an idea in our mind, And once we have that idea, we have a feeling that is triggered. That toggle switch is thrown. And so we get to experience that idea as a feeling, and it can either be positive or negative. But in that middle ground of the teaching symbol, that is where we tend to our garden. That is where we put in the correction. That is where we realize that no matter what idea comes to us, once the feeling shows up, we have the ability to affect the feeling for the outcome that we want to have. What do I mean by that? I know that if we awaken each morning and our morning prayer is, I just know this is going to be a hard day. I just know that I didn't feel good yesterday and my back is going to hurt and I don't want to go do this thing because that's going to be so hard. I don't want to make that phone call because they're going to be upset with me. Uh, okay, we're operating in our victimhood in our realm of consciousness. But guess what? That is what we have put into our creative process. And if we allow it to manifest, what we know about this teaching, where we put our focus expands. So we are going to create that to be the truth of our day. That is what is going to be made manifest, because what our conscious mind wants is to be right about the idea that we have in our head. So we are going to look for examples as to why that is true. And if that is our prayer, the universe is going to say, okay, that's what they want to see. They want more pain. They want more discomfort. They want it to be a challenge. They want it to be a struggle. So we'll give it to them. We'll answer that prayer because the universe, God, is neutral. But if we're back at the top of this process and we start out our day with a positive intention, a positive prayer, I have awakened today and I know it's a good day. There's a children's song that's out. It's like, I'm going to call it a good day. I'm going to do whatever I take to make this a good day. That's my charge. That's my experience. I have an idea that it's going to be a good day. That activates the feeling of how I feel when I'm having a good day. And it feels good. I can breathe easier. I can move more effortlessly. I can do whatever I need to do if I've made the decision that nothing is going to impede my day. So I get up in the morning and I'm feeling good. I've done my prayers. I'm going to surrender to the good, but it's going to be a good day. And as I walk down the hallway, I say to myself, this is going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. And I get to the coffee pot and there's no coffee. Okay, that could start to make things change. Now, I could be annoyed that there's no coffee, or I could surrender to the idea that there's no coffee. I'm accountable because I didn't pre plan to make sure that I had enough coffee, but I have a whole drawer full of tea. I'm going to make this is going to be a good day. I'm going to surprise myself. I'm going to have a cup of tea today. I am not going to let that little trigger cause me to have a bad day. So I have my cup of tea. I have my toast. I'm out the door. I wave at my neighbor across the street. They look the other way. Oh, I could immediately go to thinking I'm going to judge that neighbor. There they are, being who they are again. But I'm going to sing that song. This is going to be a good day. All I am called to do is to wave anyway. I'm going to make the decision in that moment not to get any of that negative energy that seems to be coming from across the street onto me or into my creative process. I'm going to do my work in the middle. I'm going to do my gardening. I'm in control of how I react to life experiences. So as I go to get in the car, I shout out, "You have a good day," and get in the car and don't wait to hear what they're going to say. And you're on down the road, you're moving along, you put on your favorite song in the radio, it's going to be a good day, you are moving to it, you are feeling that energy of it, and then you go to get on the freeway and you come to a stop because the traffic is backed up. Now there's that little part of our ego that wants to say, you're trying to have a good day, I'm going to show you, what this traffic can look like. Or we can decide in that moment, okay, I'm going to surrender to this. Bobby gave me that beautiful poem about surrender. I'm going to say that one more time, and I'm going to surrender. And I'm going to sit here and just be a part of this traffic for a moment. I'm going to get there when I'm supposed to get there. And you glance over and you see a little child in the passenger seat of the car next to you. And you smile at them and you see that little child just chuckle and be so happy because somebody smiled at them. You've made a difference in somebody's life that you would have never had the opportunity to make a difference in their life had there not been slow traffic. And so you keep on moving and you get into the flow of the freeway and you get to work or wherever it is that you're going. But by this time, you have mastered your process of affirming that it is going to be a good day. If an obstacle gets in the way, you can say, "Spirit, show me what is mine to do with this. What am I to notice? Am I to notice the child in the car next to me? Am I going to notice something else?" Be open to having your plan set aside, like Joseph Campbell said, and surrender to the plan that Spirit has for you today, because there's a gift in it. Anytime that we surrender to Spirit, anytime that we surrender to God, we have the opportunity to receive a gift that is unexpected and that will transform not only our life, but those around us in it, if we are willing to see it. But if we leave that house still annoyed that there's no coffee, and we get in and that nasty neighbor doesn't speak to us and we put that rock in our bag, and we get to the freeway and there's too much traffic, we put that rock in that bag, and we get more and more examples of everything that disappoints us, all we are going to manifest at the end of the day is examples of disappointment. So I'm here to remind you that you are always in charge. You may not be the creator of everything that you see, but you are the creator of how you react to everything that you see and of what your life experience comes from that. And so, in a time like this, in a day to day barragement of what might be negative news or disappointing news or frustration with news, and it's like, ugh. I have a dear friend that's flying to New Jersey later today, and he's already texted me twice to say, okay, my 6 o'clock plane has been delayed to 7 o'clock. And then a half hour later, I got another text and said, my 7 o'clock plane has been delayed to 8 o'clock. And it all has to do with the air traffic controllers and the slowdown that's happening. And, he wanted to really be upset about what is happening to cause that to happen. And I reminded him, I go, okay, well, what's the gift in that? What do you mean, what's the gift in that? I'm going to be 2 hours late. Like, okay, but be open to what's the gift in that? You get to be at home for 2 more hours. You get to be with your family for dinner tonight, and you weren't going to be with your family tonight. You're going to be able to have a conversation with your daughter tonight that you wouldn't have otherwise had. Why not surrender to the moment and have faith that it's all going to work out for the best and act accordingly? And so I think that we have that opportunity in life to remember that we could be into the drama of the thing, or we could be into the surrender of the thing. And to choose to say that no matter what happens, there must be a gift in this that is divinely inspired, that is mine to see and to act upon it, that we have that opportunity. Nobody is going to take away my joy. And here's what's important to remember: that nobody can take away your joy. You can hand it over to them, you can surrender it, but you could also hold on to that and say, I'm going to find joy even in this. I remember working with two veterans that had come back from the Vietnam War, and they were working through the trauma of post-traumatic stress disorder and the therapy that went with that. And one of the conversations that I had with them, they were put on a mission where they had to go and guard an ammunition mine that was in a bunker in Cambodia. Now, there are two things that were wrong with that. One, we weren't supposed to be in Cambodia, but they were in Cambodia. We were storing ammunition in Cambodia. We weren't supposed to be storing ammunition in Cambodia, but nevertheless, we were there, and these two Army guys were sent there to protect the ammunition depot that we were not supposed to be at in a country that we were not supposed to be in. Now, they could have spent a whole lot of time being right about us being in a place that we weren't supposed to be, doing a thing that we weren't supposed to do, but nevertheless, there they were, sitting on top of that mound of ammunition on watch. And what they did is they sit on top of it back to back, their shoulder blades against one another, because what they had to do is keep one another awake, because they were on watch. They were the sentinels guarding the thing. And what they decided to do is tell me a story about home that brings you joy. And then one veteran started to tell a story about his childhood and his memory of going fishing and his memory of his grandfather, and they told this elaborate story with much detail. And then he said to the other person on watch, now you tell me a story about your childhood. And he told the story of his childhood, about how he loved school and his favorite teacher and all of that. And one of the things that happened, the gift in that night, was a friendship that was bonded forever, to where many years later, they were in the VA Medical Center in Palo Alto going through their therapy together, supporting one another, to realize they were no longer going to be frightened by the night terrors that they had from having been in the Vietnam War. They were no longer going to be affected by the anti-welcome that they received when they came home from the Vietnam War. What they were going to focus on was the bond and the brotherhood and the friendship that was born out of being in a place that we were not supposed to be, doing a thing that we weren't supposed to be doing. So they could have been right about all that, but instead they surrendered to the gift of it. So what does that invite us to do? When we find ourselves sitting and stuck right in the middle of a place that we are not supposed to be, doing a thing that we are not supposed to do by no fault of our own, What is the gift in it? Spirit, God, what is mine to do with this? I am here right now in the middle of this situation. How do I know joy even here? How do I know peace even here? How do I transcend this moment of doubt, anxiety, and fear and turn it into where I can be the demonstration that I can transcend even this? I refuse to operate in my life as a victim. I refuse to operate in my life in what is known as living below the line, where stuff happens to me and I have no control over what happens to me. I am forever the victim. No, that is not where I will live. I choose to take dominion over my life and to live above the line and to always go to faith, always go to something greater than myself. Dr. Ernest Holmes teaches there is a power greater than ourselves, one universal power that many name God, a universe where the source is in it all and we can tap into it at any time. And in fact, we're always tapped into it, but sometimes as humans, we choose to unplug. We choose to disconnect. We choose to separate ourselves from that power that's greater than ourselves, that will allow us to know what is ours to be, do, and have in this creative process that we call life. We came here to be the demonstration that a world that works for all is possible. As our lesson said today, our principle, it's about unity. It is about unity. It is about this understanding that we cannot cast our eyes upon anyone that is not connected to that one universal God. They may have forgotten, they may have disconnected, but we have to be the demonstration of how good life can be when we remain connected to that source that's greater than ourselves. We recognize that. We affirm that we are the demonstration of that. And that is how we will influence and show others that a world that works for all is possible. Not only is it possible, it's right there if we're willing to have it. We just need to say yes to it and claim it as our reality, and the universe will shift and make it happen. Here's what's important. Here's the takeaway for this week. If you want to change your life, you must change your thinking, period. That is the keystone to this faith, this philosophy, this way of living. Whatever idea comes into your head, you have the power to make it a positive thing or a negative thing based on the energy that is made manifest by you having that idea. But you are in control of how you react to that idea. You are in control whether your actions are positive actions or negative actions. Whichever you choose, that's what will manifest in your life. And that is your takeaway for a day like this. I hope that you get your copy of this thing called You, because starting in January, that's going to be our read for January and February of next year. This thing called You, because that's what is recognized as one of Ernest Holmes' most essential work, is to really identifying how we can adopt all of this on a personal basis. And then the other thing that I want to leave you with today I hope you will come and be with us in person next week because we are going to have a good time. Not only are we going to celebrate my 40th anniversary, that's one thing, but I hope you come and plan to stay to be a part of our town hall meeting right afterwards because I'm going to plant this question for you. What is your vision? What is your vision for the highest and best of CSL Visalia in 2026? What is your vision for what is for the highest and best of CSL Visalia for 2026? And then the follow up, what are you willing to do to make it happen? That's going to be what our roundtable discussion is at the town hall meeting. I hope you'll be there. And in the meantime, choose joy, choose peace, and be willing to let go of your plan for the divine plan that is unfolding before you. Thank you, everyone. Much love. We'll see you soon. See you on the other side.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
Thank you so much. So we're going to move right along, and we are going to go into our offering. Do I have two ushers this morning? Ushers? No? Oh, here they come. I'm sorry. Bear with me one moment. You're coming? Okay. Thank you so much. So we're going to read our 50-day prosperity prayer, which has lingered on into 90 days, but it is a good prayer to have, and we're going to continue to say it. So all together, please. Today I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. And so it is. Thank you. For those of you that are not here with us in the sanctuary, if you would like to contribute and donate to CSL Visalia, you can donate here by sending your contribution to us on our website at cslvisalia.org. Click on the donate button and it'll take you to a link where you can put in your information. Or feel free to mail a check or money order directly to us at CSL Visalia at 117 South Locust Street, Visalia, California, 93291. I invite all of you who have already made your donations, come on up, let's make our circle. And as we're going to say together, we're going to bless our gifts that we received. So I don't see the slide for it, but I know we have there's no, there it is. So if we can say together our blessing for our donations, we bless these gifts and give thanks for all the good they will manifest, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Gwen. I so appreciate that sharing. I so appreciate all the gifts and the offering you've made, and as you've come together to form the circle of unity in this very room. One of the things I invite you to know that peace is an inside-out job. The peace starts within us. And so as we end this service today, I acknowledge that there is no place that God is not, and that God is with each and every one of us as we are the demonstration in unity. We are the demonstration of we are connected with a power greater than ourselves. And that is the truth about God. That is the divine promise. And if that is the truth about God, that is the truth about each and every person within the sound of my voice. We are the demonstration of unity. We are the demonstration of good. We are the example that a world that works for all is not only possible, but right at hand. And so as we go about our day, we go about the day feeling blessed that we have been inspired by the lyrics of the song, the DEI teaching, the repetitive phrases, the purpose statement, the talk, the songs, whatever it is, we proclaim it as ours and incorporate it into our being as we give thanks for the technicians that have made it possible, the musicians that have given us the sound of music, the volunteers that have made the room ready for us to receive the message. We give thanks for each and every hand that had a hand in making today's service possible. And with that, I release this prayer into the good, saying, thank you, God, as we affirm it by singing, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.